Any second now. We should be going live, I think. Hoping. Oh, we're working. We're working. So yes, then we actually are doing the final 2 episodes of Revolutionary Girl Utena, as in episodes 35 to 37 were fucking wild. Like, good lord. There was more spice in that goddamn anime series than in Dune, which is an achievement because the entire book's about goddamn spice. But good lord, there was so much spice in that 2 episodes, or 3 episodes, that I don't know where this show's gonna go next. I fucking no idea. Hello, how's it going? So yes, I actually did meet my target in the end as well. That was a day later than I wanted, because I was originally going to start this on Monday and then finish on Wednesday, but because of... I think I was ill on Monday, that's why I wasn't around. But thankfully I actually got it done today, thankfully, because I was like, I need to get something done before Christmas, because otherwise I don't feel complete otherwise. It's one of the things, it's one of my prerequisites with streaming, that I have to have like something done before the end of the year and before Christmas. And yes, now I've actually done it, even though it'll be uploaded probably on Christmas, I think, or Boxing Day, one of the two. But anyway, yeah, I don't fucking know how the show's gonna end. I mean, we're now gonna meet the end of the world as well, at the end of the world, so there's that. And the whole entire thing of whether or not Toga and Sanji will get together, which I'm hoping, I'm praying, Ikuhara gives me the content. I'm hoping, because there's no way in hell those guys are shutters all the time and not together, alright? There's no way in hell, alright? Even though I must admit that let's be real, the true bros in life, the ones that get shutters together. So there you go. Watching episode 38. Yeah, so also watch episode 38 and 39 of the series overall as well, I should probably say. Forgot to mention that originally, but watching 38, 39. So, anywho, I don't... It's one of those series I'm like, I don't fucking know what to say at this point. It's just, it's a wild ride. Ikuhara's a madman. I love him so much. I actually can't wait for Penguin Drum now, because I know it's going to be even more wild. So, anywho, let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. It'll kick in a second. There we go. Some reason it always does that random freeze and then it kicks in. I think my computer froze, actually, to be honest. It wasn't the anime, it was an actual PC died. Hello, how's it going? How you doing today? How are you doing? So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about in the last episodes, because it kind of deals with who Yuta truly is as a character as well, as a person, really, I should probably say. Because, again, I like how at the center of everything in this show is always the actual Rose Bride. The Rose Bride's always a cause of Yuta's actual, like, existential crisis, and actually how she subsequently changes to be someone she technically isn't. Thank you so much as well, thank you. That's really kind of you. Just saw that chat. Thank you so much. It would be cool if Twitch wasn't dying constantly. Funimation, but I have no. What's Funimation? Let me refresh the page. Sorry, the openings kick ass anyway, so it's fine. The opening do be amazing, so it's okay. It always will start on the opening as well, and then it will kick in momentarily. This is why I always say that Funimation's one of the worst players in the world. It sucks because it freezes on 1080p. You know it shouldn't do, but it freezes for some ungodly reason. I have no idea why. Anywho, let's restart this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. Thank you, it's really kind of you to do as well. It's also a very nice birthday present. Birthday present that technically happened. Well, technically a Japanese birthday present, because I mean I'm 25 in Japan right now, but 24 in England still. Thank you though. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it kind of heightens this idea that a lot of the show is superficial in nature, which I guess then extends to the theme that Ikuhara is actually trying to employ with the shoujo genre itself, with the idea that it is technically too official. It's all a fallacy. It's what we're meant to believe. The idea of the prince is a prime example of that we will one day meet our prince. And by all accounts, if the show's gonna go the way it is, it ain't gonna end well for you to actually find out who a prince is. So there's that. And Juri's arcs were the prime example of that whole entire idea, the superficial nature of the shoujo genre. And I kind of feel like it froze again. There we go. It only froze a second there. If I turn on the 720p, will it actually not cake on me constantly? Cake on me is a really weird term. Because cake means to actually, like, die. It's better to actually play it in low resolutions anyway because of it's actually old. And the upscaling old anime is, by all accounts, not a good thing. But yeah, I mean, I like the superficial nature of this show because it is one of those interesting ideas. God, she's going there immediately. She ain't wasting time. Oh my god. I don't want to hear Zeta Yunme Moku Shiroku anymore off this as well. It's gonna be really weird not hearing that. Hearing those lyrics constantly in my head. God, all I've heard all week is Zeta Yunme Moku Shiroku constantly in my brain. That's all I ever hear. That's all I ever hear. It's a really good song though. I mean, I've got to admit, it's amazing. Because it kind of heightens the idea of like the themes behind the show as well, I guess. Because it kind of has like this level. I guess it kind of the song kind of contradictory in nature as well to an extent. Because I think it talks about like light within the darkness and stuff like that, and the fact that there's darkness within light as well. The darkness of light. There we go. Which I guess is one of those things that one could actually probably interpret to be kind of contradictory in a way, possibly. It's true. Oh man, my wedding song is gonna be. Oh my god, at my wedding, I'm gonna have this song playing in the background. Have a Utena style wedding. That'd be amazing. Actually, I would do that. I would pick a venue that actually would have a lift and everything, so then when you got the lift, it has Zetai Yurime Moku Shiroku playing in the background. I would do that. I miss the lift. The lift from the other arc, I mean, not the lift currently. Okay, by all accounts, you can't sit on a globe like that, you'll immediately fall off. Let's be real. Oh shit! Who would have thunk it? It was like, oh no fucking who could have been? It's like, and he reveals himself like, well fuck me, I didn't know that, did I? Oh, you know. Shits and giggles, I guess. That's how it works. It's one of those things of like, yeah, by the way, you've kind of ruined a lot of people's lives. You do realize that. Anthony's like, I'm out of here, boys. I love that. It was like the most like best exit in the world. She just goes, I'm out. I mean, let's be real, it's not a good thing happening currently. She's probably like just standing there like, oh no. Oh fuck. His hair's kind of cool though, I must admit. He's got a pretty good do, as I would say. Interesting enough, because she becomes the princess for always being the prince the entire time as well. So even the idea of her becoming the princess is quite interesting. Because it's unorthodox for her character and her personality as well. Because she's always been a protector, I guess to say. She's like, wait a minute, that's not a good thing. This isn't end well, is it? It is pretty amazing, the scene. Also, the sheer strength of Yuta's character as well. Like, boy. Ow. Amazing. I know the scene is like quite heavy and everything, but can I just like admire the architecture for a second? It's really fucking good. The architecture in this anime is amazing. She's behind steel bars. She's trapped, and so is Yutsuna as well. Where hey, symbolism. Oh shit. Let's be real, we still don't necessarily know what actually was going on between the two of them. One was naked and one had his pants on still, so anyone's game what was going on there, truly. What the hell would that fix? Honestly, that's an amazing scene. Even I mean, again, on the no symbolism with the idea of the still bars and then be behind it, but it does then kind of reiterate the idea it's not just Anthe that's trapped; it's also Yuta herself as well. So that's actually kind of the more like interesting part of it. So I think we did mention way back in episode like 35 that technically speaking, Yuta's not entirely okay either. She's kind of stuck in this as well. Once again, the idea of illusions, which is also reiterating the main theme of the show. Yeah, who's controlling the light in this place, though? Who's controlling the lighting? That's the real question. Whoa! Bruh. Whoa. What the fuck? It's all an illusion. And it's the wise words of David Lynch movies, Noi Bunda. It's all just an illusion. And I was actually right in the end about the whole entire thing of the illusion that this show tries to project and the fantasy it actually truly is. Man's just trying to say like, yeah, was I doing wrong? It's like, pretty much most states in America, yes. Okay, that's... let's be real. She was the bit on the side for Akio this whole entire scenario. It's his charm. She can't. It's his charm. We can't avoid it. Gotta admit, this is a fucking episode and a half. This one is for the penultimate episodes. Jesus Christ Almighty, it's going ham on the theme. I'd also appreciate how Akio was basically like, yeah, by the way, you're terrible for actually dating me when I actually have a fiance. But it was kind of like, but you're still not devaluing the idea. You're cheating on your own fiance with me, but then at the same time with Anthe. So, bro, who's the real bad guy here? Shoji actually lives on. My boy lives on. My boy lives on. Must go deeper. Oh shit. Good point. What's she truly fighting for at this point? This is one of those episodes you can't. I don't know what to say. I've got no fucking idea. Okay, here's the question though. How's this gonna end? Because by all accounts, it's pretty much just said, yeah, fuck you, anime. Literally. I respect the Madman for doing this. Must admit, I got heavy respect for Ikuhara for just literally going, fuck you, right at the end. Because he's even basically devalued the final fight as well. Because he's devalued it to the point that it's literally just a fight. It's not a fight for anyone's ideals or anything like that. They're literally just fighting because they have to fight, essentially. There's no, like, sense of being, okay, well, she's fighting for Anthony's sake, but at the same time, it's one of those things whether or not there is genuine, like, feeling behind it. Christ in hell, dude. Christ in hell, dude. My eyes. They give me like a good old headache at the same time. Ah, it's the chair. It's the tables. The chairs. It's the tables. They make a return. The OST does kick ass in this show, though, I must admit. It's not really a duel as well, to be honest. It's just a fight, if you get what I mean. It's one of those ones that he's basically, like, stripped the entire feeling that a fight should actually have, and now it's kind of like one of those things of, I don't know what to think about this fight at all, which is on brand, considering this whole entire show is literally being about always saying that these fights are pointless. What's the point of them fighting? You don't gain anything from it. I mean, technically speaking, Akio has actually bowl accounts mentioned that he literally does it to actually, like, project, pardon the pun, the actual, like, false idea, the false, like, the false feelings and dreams that these characters have. So in a way, he literally is destroying lives under the guise that they actually are improving them. So it kind of heightens his idea that the actual fights themselves are just false. They're fallacies in a way. It just means to an end. They happen because they have to happen. The same thing's happening with this fight as well. This fight literally is just happening because it has to happen. Even the castle's gone as well. Oh shit! Oh no! Did he just throw Anthe at her just to kind of like be like, now you can't hit me? Oh shit! Oh fuck! What the fuck? So, towards this point, the Yuta actually realized that she wanted to be a Joestar because she would have survived that stab. Oh, that's an awful place to end on as well. If you had to wait a week for that, fucking hell. How Ikuhara hadn't had like Mel being like, bro, give me that final episode right now before we talk about this face to face is beyond me. Right. That was a lot. Holy shit. My brain also Red Dress Like Blood as well, and Danger itself as well. My brain is fried a little bit after the episode. It's not because there's actually like, oh, what the fuck is happening, bro? It's more or less because it does, to a degree, well, not to a degree, it does blatantly re-examine the entire show. The whole entire thing, the 39 episodes are being re-examined with their ends context, to the point that it feels like that every single idea we've ever had in this show has come to fruition. The idea of the fallacies, the idea of the illusions, everything else in between, is all come to a head. And actually now it just my brain's already melted. It now hits, because it does, because the entirety of this show has been one massive fallacy, thus going back to the whole entire theme of the show, that it is superficial to an extent. You know, I do think the feelings that Anthe and Yuta have one another is genuine, but at the same time, it's one of those things that it does, to a degree, examine the idea there is superficiality along this show, but it does then actually kind of heighten this idea that Yuta herself is also trapped. That's the thing to know, is the idea that it does what I wanted to do, to actually reinforce that Yuta herself is trapped in this show. It's not just Anthe is trapped because she's a Rose Bride, it's also those who actually are a part of the duels, there we go. Being British is painful sometimes. Ah, fuck. Where is it? 720p. Because I don't do it at 720p, it will literally decide to die randomly. Right, let's refresh that. Let's go to episode 39. Final episode. Here we go. Here we go. I have no idea how it's going to end, but here we go. Honestly, I have no idea, bro. I have no fucking idea. Let's go. Let's watch the last episode now. It's, oh my god, it's like, it's exciting. I've been as excited for the final episode in a long time, to be honest. Because again, the last time I actually kind of felt this was probably with Initial D, to be honest. It's also been kind of count manga, probably Attack on Titan, but we know how that ended. So anyways, actually start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. There is no opening, what the fuck? I won't hear the opening ever again. I'm not sure what's more depressing, not hearing Zetai Yunme Moku Shiroku anymore, or not hearing the opening. But he does actually then also show us the stab scene one more time. So it's poor Saw into the open wounds, isn't he, old Ikuhara? I kind of like how it kind of has that theatre aesthetic as well. The idea that sometimes they don't utilize blood, but they utilize different things to actually kind of create the feeling of blood. And the way that And the way that Anthe stabs Yuta and falls to the ground with Yuta actually kind of gives the like idea of blood. Yeah, she's in a lot of pain. She's in a lot of pain. None of me. I respect none of me in that whole entire scene. She's like, fuck this, I'm gonna make some skewers. You know, Yuta's actually dying, but no barbecue time. Well, that just kind of killed the mood, didn't it? Love that Nanami was just kind of like, Nanami was like, I'm trying to cook skewers here. You just told us a really dark story. What the fuck? I mean, she's dying. She is dying after all. Yuta's on the floor like, guys, I'm stabbed here, you know. I know you're having a moment and all. Please, guys, help me here. I'm dying. I love that this scene as well. Even the way he cries is unnatural, to be honest. Now the real question is, will he do some? Will she do a old switcheroo? And she'll be like, well, bam, and then save the day. I don't have very high hopes for that whole entire idea, to be honest, considering it's kind of got a really, really, really depressing opening. Let's be real here. In the way he jumps is like, goddamn, bro. It's a massive drop. Must admit. He's like, God, I am being stabbed right now. I am fucking dying. Do not go over there. I swear to God. I would have been more pissed off at that point. I would have been like, God, if you go over there, I swear to God. With little strength I actually have left, I will get up and I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, but I'll do something. It just misses him by an inch. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's gotta be. It's probably up there with like the most like distressing endings I've seen. This is by all accounts a massive oh no moment. It's like it's opening the door to Kingdom Hearts. I also appreciate how the door's actually covered in thorned roses as well. That is kind of cool and symbolic. Sometimes to this day, Akio is still actually slicing that door. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's like, sir, I need a hospital right now. Don't need a kiss, I need a hospital right now. I am fucking dying. Kind of remind me a little bit of the ending of Kingdom Hearts, to be honest. No one ever actually drawn upon the idea that maybe Kingdom Hearts and Yuta are kind of very similar. So the difference is kind of like one of them isn't full of Disney properties, but instead full of depression. Should probably put my microphone up a bit closer than if I was actually brewing into it. He's just like, fuck you, bitch. Just kicks him out, just pushes him out of the way. Absolute sass. Even when she's been stabbed and almost dying, she still has the sass. She's like, girl, I am currently feeling a lot of shit right now that I cannot explain. There's not much hope for me right now, my girl. I like how he's like, I'll have a martini while I wait. I once again respect this show for like the small moments this show has. It's great. Oh shit. Oh shit. So wait a minute. Hold a second here. What do you mean that's everything stopped? Ah, it's the coffin. Oh shit. This is it's quite a turn of events, I must admit. Oh. So yes, I was stabbed by I actually managed to save the day in the end. Somehow by sheer will of me actually be able to get up at that 1 second. Ah. Ah. You madman. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Ikuhara. I see you. Okay, just kind of there like, oh shit, this wasn't going the way I expected. So I was stabbed by one already, it's fine. Don't worry about it, I'm fine. You bad man, Ikuhara. I see you. I see you. I see a sheet appealing. Oh. Oh no. I swear to God, there's a ward in Kingdom Hearts that involves a load of Keyblades as well. It's a Keyblade graveyard, if I remember correctly. Walk up a Scarlet, like, I wonder where Yuta actually is currently. Is Yuta's like, fuck. Ah, it's the opening. Is it going to have a JoJo Part 6 ending? I wonder. Hell was that? I think hospitalization is probably like, it's probably like an understatement, to be honest. Let's be real for a second. I think hospitalization is probably an understatement. Yeah. He's learning as well. It's got a very oh, we had a Sanji arc. We had a Soji arc mentioned just then, briefly. Oh shit! Holy fucking shit! You fucking madman! Holy shit! That was good. Holy shit, he did it. The motherfucker did it. That is a JoJo Part 6 ending. You're like, the fucker did it. I can't believe it. Honestly, I can't. That was actually an amazing ending. She essentially just encases Akio in a prison. So, yeah, he goes on believing that he's won, but he hasn't. That's awesome ending. He's basically his own he's basically his own coffin without realizing. And like Hanshi just goes, yeah, fuck you, bro, and just leaves. I kind of thought it was going for a JoJo Part 6 ending, that maybe she kind of like rewrites the entire world, that she saves Anthy, but in turn she disappears from the world, which I guess is, theoretically speaking, what the ending does go for. It goes for the idea that she does, to a degree, exit the world, but she doesn't exit the world that she inhabits. She exits the world that he inhabits. So that's so fucking good. Holy shit. I just can't believe it. He got me good. He got me good. He got me good. I can't believe it. I've got hair in my eye. Ah, there we go. Ah, cool. Okay, I mean, yeah, by all accounts, it's an amazing fucking ending. I gotta admit, like, it comes together in the end. Like, there's no doubt about it. The man pulled it off. It's like it's one of those endings just kind of like. Same thing with the Shoji arc, Soji arc as well, from way back when. Like, that whole entire arc. I need a tissue. My nose is itchy as all hell. The whole entire arc once again reiterates the idea that it has an ending that's like, wait, what the fuck, bruh? And it's like, he got me good, and it's true. I like how the arc, I like how this whole entire arc, I like how the whole entire show, I can't say words, my brain's on the verge of collapsing. The show ends with a fallacy, in a way. The show ends what the show was trying to always tell us. It ends on a fallacy. The fallacy being that the rose was delivered to me at the end. I can't believe it. Oh man. The fallacy that was brought to us at the end of the show was the fact that Akio Blazes won. And I kind of like that, because it kind of reiterates, it ends on the theme. It ends on what Ikuhara's always been trying to tell us, that essentially everything we know about the shoujo genre, it is kinography, it's peak fiction, as we would say. I can't believe it. I mean, I think it's in my top 3, but I don't know now. It's going to my top 1, I must admit. It's probably it might dethrone Banana Fish. I must admit, it might just dethrone Banana Fish. I mean, it's interchangeable at this point, because I love both of them dearly, but I think this one might just dethrone it because of the ending. It just, oh, it's so good, the ending. It's one of those, yeah, fuck you, Akio kind of endings. Because it did what I wanted to do. It reiterated the whole entire theme of the show, the fallacy and the falseness. And I like that, because the show's always been about how everything that we know about the genre and the characters are falsehoods. And 9 out of 10 times what they're fighting for is a falsehood in of itself, because they're not ever like feeling like they're going to get somewhere. By the end of it, it's kind of like there's no sense of one. It's just the same thing again and again and again and again. And I like how the entire time the duels themselves took place on a false plane of existence. It wasn't in this like grandiose space. It was literally in Akio's room, which is also one of those things I actually quite enjoyed, because it's one of those final nails in the coffin, pardon the pun, for this whole entire idea, in a way, that this show isn't about falsehoods to the characters, but the show's always been about falsehoods. So yeah, I mean, it was fucking good. Holy shit, this anime was fucking good. Like, good lord, I can't deny that the ending was like, fuck yeah, Ikuhara, you got me good. It is one of those things I always believe in to do, because Asara Zanmai was amazing. Like, the ending was great, and also as we know, Sailor Moon's massive part of my childhood. So I was always like, he's gonna do it somehow. He's gonna pull it through in the end and be like, what the fuck, man? I can't believe it. And he did. He did it in the end. I can't begrudge the idea that this show needs to be watched by everyone. I feel like if you actually have a passing interest in anime, that this is probably like that should be on top of everyone's list. I mean, everyone says like Hunter x Hunter, Fullmetal Alchemist, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, What other shows are there? Like Fruits Basket, goddamn Gintama, and stuff like that. There's always on a list of things to watch. Monster as well, for example. But I feel like this one deserves to be even higher, because this one is like the one, if you get what I mean. This is like the one that, if you watch the genre enough, the actual, like, the dissection he does becomes so apparent that it's one of those things that it's a nice riff on the entire genre, but in a very mature way. It's not as much as it's not as much a satire of the genre itself, because it's not comedic, but it's more so that it's satirizing the idea that we're meant to believe all these things when in theory it's not true. The idea of like the prince as well, and that she Yuta herself being a prince as well. One of those things you couldn't in theory interpret, that was she the prince all along? Like, could she have been the prince? Who knows? But I like how, like, it takes things we know as a collective about the genre, about shoujo, about stories we learn as kids, and actually just says they're all lies, essentially. And it's one of those things that is very needed, because we live in society. We live in a world where the shoujo genre itself is very heavily dominant. I mean, we ended 2021 with what was otherwise a shitty ending of the anime series itself, but we ended Fruits Basket, one of the more notable examples of the shoujo genre. And by all accounts, the ending ended on a happy note. It was like everyone was fixed and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, well, true love exists, doesn't it? And all that kind of shit. And this show is like, yeah, but does it exist? Is true love, is the whole idea of like the prince, the true love's first kiss, is that a real thing? I don't know, bro. That's your own interpretation, I guess. And it kind of does give us the other side of the coin in a way. And it's kind of really well done. The idea of actually how it reveals the entire thing with Anthy as well, and the idea of Akio, and actually how the prince himself being, in this context, Akio, really was kind of great, because it kind of deconstructs the whole entire theory. Not theory, but it deconstructs the idea of the prince perfectly. So yeah, I mean, by all accounts, this show is brilliant. I can't say another word. Legitimately cannot say another word besides this show is absolutely brilliant. It was one of those shows that I feel like everyone needs to watch it. I feel like this needs to be watched by more people than just like a don't get me wrong, it's popular, this show, because it is one of those shows that is heralded as a classic, but it's a classic, but you don't really hear like everyone's like speaking its name on like Mal or stuff like that. It's more or less it exists, but it more or less kind of it exists in some vacuum. It needs to be studied. That's the major thing. It is studied. I mean, if you like the shoujo genre itself, it needs to be watched by all accounts, because it's one of those shows that does just, it's so good. The main character, Yuta's an amazing character as well. She probably actually is my favorite protagonist in anime as well, I think. I gotta admit, she actually probably is my favorite protagonist in anime. I mean, it's toss up between Rei from Sangatsu, Ash from Banana Fish, and also subsequently Utena as well. All three of them can be interchanged between my favorite ones. It's so many. It's just so many characters in the show are amazing. Nanami as well, like unsung hero of the entire show. Like, I must admit, she was like the unsung hero, because she comes into her own in the third quarter. I actually kind of respect the show for what it did, because it kind of makes you then look back on the entirety of like her more comedic episodes in a different light. And it is kind of interesting as well. The shot construction of the show is incredible, I must admit. Like, it's one of those shows that if you like anime itself, the animation side of it all, you're gonna have a field day, pardon the pun, because there's like fields in the show. A field day, because the shot construction is amazing. The use of the actual scenery itself as well, the architecture in the show is incredible. It's one of those places I would love to live in, because besides the whole like Rose Bride scenario, but by all accounts, it is one of those places that is absolutely beautiful to look at. Yeah, she's surprisingly the most common sense in the whole entire show, I must admit, which is actually quite interesting. She was the one with her head in the right place. I was like, you know what? I respect that. I mean, shit was hitting the fan, and you know what she was doing? Barbecuing. She was like, I'm done here, guys. I'm barbecuing. And I can't. I tip my hat. I tip my hat completely. So yeah, I mean, I'm forever glad I actually picked this show up, because it is one of those shows that I will forever remember as well, and I always will, in passing, recommend it to everyone to watch. I probably will have to go buy the Blu-rays now, so I watch it digitally, and I'll go buy the Blu-rays somehow, if they ever drop in price, because I need to own this somehow. One thing I should probably check is the actual manga or digital as well. It's just physical. I can't remember. I know it is released physically. I forgot Amazon actually has it. I forgot about that. I should have watched it for Amazon. The manga. I'll buy it on VHS. Just buy on VHS. Yes, it is. It's the Arthur Revolution. It's called. I have to go and buy that and read that afterwards. It's the original one in digital as well, because it's actually an original series as well that I remember vaguely. I have to have a look into that, but I swear that there is multiple of them. Hello, we just finished watching it. Literally just finished. I'm so sorry, just joined us right at the end. No, but actually, we actually are doing well today as well, though. Man, I need to sit back for 5 minutes. I need to... I need to put my thoughts. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I was hoping that Twitch would send out a notification. That's the problem. I was hoping that Twitch would send a notification out, because 9 out of 10 times they're actually better than YouTube actually is. Oh man, it was an amazing end though. I gotta admit, I can't deny that the ending was like chef's kiss. It was a chef's kiss ending. I had to go lie down. I had to go. My brain's thoroughly melted actually. My birthday's in what? 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, I think. I'm gonna be like, oh, bro, I can't. All I'm gonna be saying tomorrow is Zetai Yunme Moku Shiroku constantly at my birthday. That's all I'm gonna be saying. That's the only thing I'll be saying tomorrow. Oh man, that was incredible. Thank you. I'm actually 25 currently in certain regions, but right now in England I'm 25 in 7 hours or 8 hours. Oh man, maybe having a birthday party. I'm not going to think of, well, not a birthday party really, because it's not really a party. It's just more of a gathering of just my family. And all I want to think about is just the ending of Utena. They're like, I can't think of anything else, bro. Utena's the only thing going through my brain. Right. I think I'm gonna end there for today. I'm gonna lie down for a long while. I'm probably gonna go and buy the After Revolution manga and actually probably read that on yeah, it will save as a replay anyway. It always goes into a replay for at least like 4 weeks, I think now. I don't know if it actually works like that still, but it's 4 weeks. So it'll be on the channel immediately after the actual stream ends, so don't worry. But and probably the new year, I read the After Revolution manga. I've got to find out whether or not actually is taking place after the actual end of the anime. If it does, I'll buy it or read it and actually see what does actually happen afterwards. So yeah, anything else to say besides then? Thanks so much for actually being here for this whole entire time. I know it took us quite a while to get here, but it was worth the while. It was worth it, to be honest. Worth every single second, and I can't stress enough to please just go watch this show. If you've already watched this show, go rewatch it. It's good. It's good second time around as well. It's amazing. I am even more depressed actually because I've just finished the show. My heart is sunk. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. I gotta admit, that's the entire stream. So as I always do say, if you actually have enjoyed the stream series of me covering Revolutionary Girl Utena, do leave a like on YouTube. That's helped quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed the entire stream as a whole, and as always, do leave a sub. That's the one on YouTube as well, because it does help quite a bit also. And then after that whole entire point, let's sit long off the whole entire point, and as always, do leave a follow on Twitter as well. It does help quite a bit also. On Twitter, actually, will then find Wendy streams on live and any other streams I do as well. Oh my god, I know how to end the stream now. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much actually for the actual thank you so much for the actual gift as well. That was really kind of you to do as well. Thank you so much. And also thank you so much actually all for being here as well. It's been absolutely fun to cover this show. I love it. It's amazing. So until next time, whenever I cover next, probably the manga itself. I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.